Alright, hello everyone and welcome to another stream. I hope that it's working normally, that you can see me, hear me, and all of that. As I've said in that very long YouTube video some time ago, I will try to upload these 6 weekly workouts on a regular basis every week to play. I don't know how long it will be, like 10 or 15 games, where we're going to continue with that 1d3 and of course 1d6. 1d6 games, considering that the speedrun account will be used by GM Perligas in the future. I will play these games on Lee Chess. So without further ado, let's see how that is going to work. I have deliberately left only the board here, no rating, no names, nothing, but that way you'll be able to focus only on the position. So this is the mainline Philidor, as we have said. This is what you're going to encounter the most often, and after the a4 line we can either choose for c6 and a5 line, or for the early d4 line, which I'm going to try in this game. I'll be rotating in the main line. I'll be rotating ed4 and c6 in the main line in the games. Anyway, my opponent, if they take with the knight, then you go knight e5. If they take with the queen, you go to c5, as this is covered. And then your idea is to go bishop g4, the main idea. And if they play h3, then you go to e6 and try to exchange some pieces later on, follow up with c6, queen c7, and so on. c6 is also possible here. I've played that at least once, or maybe even twice. Bishop g5 is a new move to me. Now they don't really want to take here because of knight e6. c6 is very logical, so maybe I should just play that. Is b4 a problem? Probably not. I will have to get used to playing online again and talking, because if I'm not in shape with that, I will probably lose half of the games on time. Okay, rook there. So if we go queen c7, okay, I'm gonna go queen c8, similar to that game we played against Larissa Firuza in the Bundesliga, then trying to take and go queen e6. Not sure how good this is here, but if they take on d6, then I'm going to take on c3 and later on e4 as well, so I don't think that's a problem, but I haven't calculated all that much because I don't have time. Hello to Ingo Lanson, what's up? Well, not much. Okay, maybe I've done a mistake, because in that game against Firuza, after b4 I've had the option of going takes d5, but here there is e5, which Jay forgot about. Then I'm gonna have to go back and make peace with the solid but relatively passive position. Now the queen on c8 makes no sense after e5, so let's just say I haven't played this too well, but we're still relatively okay. So after takes, I don't know what's there to think about, honestly, except knight e5. Queen c4, now I can go to b6 to d5 later on. I can also go e4, why not? e4, actually knight takes e4, knight d4 was maybe, knight e4, bishop e7 was maybe a bit better. Here I think I'm very happy. Okay, maybe very happy is too strong, but I think we've cleared the worst. Just 1 second. If I take with the pawn maybe, and then go f5, does that make some sense? It could make, but I'm gonna take with the bishop and just... Okay, don't really want to take here. Just go to e5 down. Cannot move the queen because e6 is hanging. We'll see. This is definitely not an ideal first game, but what can you do? Let's go rook f6, and cover the pawn. I'm trying not to take on t4 so that my opponent has to spend some more time dealing with the pin, but I'll have to speed up quite a bit because I'll lose this game on time if I don't. Okay, let's go to f4. Now my opponent will have to think about his king at least a little bit. When the knight is on f4, there is always some rook g6 in the air. Okay, now I guess I'm gonna take and get rid of this knight. It should go to d3. And I guess I should take it because after knight d5, knight d5 it's a bit passive. I don't have much time. Now, I do have one more weakness than my opponent, but it should be holdable, I guess, without too big problems. Yeah, especially now. Okay, let's go h6. The 7th rank should never be a problem because I have rook g6 to cover the pawn. And this is going to be a problem, I guess. Let's go here. Free up the square. Oh, now I'm gonna win, probably. Unless I lose in time. Could have gone d2, but this should do it. Let's promote to a queen. Let's promote to another queen. And with that, we have successfully initiated the d6 workout. However, I haven't played all that well. Let's see how the analysis board is gonna work. Yeah, queen c8 was wrong here after bishop g5 because of this was wrong because of b4. Yes, because I completely forgot. I should first take and then do this, and then I have the e6 square or the d7 squares. I should luck is totally fine. But yeah, even here it wasn't all that bad. But why didn't my opponent? I guess he didn't want this, which I didn't even see. And I'll start seeing these things when I get back in shape. Streaming e4. Yeah, knight e4 was better. Should have just gone knight d5. White has absolutely nothing, but yeah, here I was under some small pressure, so it's probably fine. Yeah, this is completely equal, and then the rook endgame. This was the wrong plan to exchange the rooks, surely, because now I can with only one rook on the board and not two, it's way harder to create some counter chances, and I can just push my two passers down the board. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's play d3. And use the same system we have done 20,000 times during the speedrun. Castles, then c3, go h3, bishop e3. All of the usual stuff. a4 I can include as well, but this is fine. Fine too. Now we're gonna go a3, so that after a5, when I finish the development, at least my rook will be open on the a file. If I hadn't included a3, a5, it wouldn't be. Okay. Usually the engine was telling me to go queen e1, queen h4 when I would go for the early d4. So now I'll try for this plan. So d4 is one option, knight c4 is the other one. Maybe queen h4 I can go as well. Okay, let's try queen h4. I'm not sure if this is any good, but I want to include knight g5 and then start attacking if my opponent goes for the pawn grabbing. I want to take. if this... Now I want to attack. I'm completely unsure that any of this is good, was good, but now it seems quite winning because the bishop is hanging as well. My opponent was probably supposed to go h5, but then, because then if I take bishop h5 takes, there is knight f6 covering the checkmate, but I can still go here and then either rook f3 or something. Okay, now h5, but now I can just eat this bishop and it is a piece, so should be good. But yeah, this system can be very efficient if they just if they're not familiar with what they're supposed to do against it, as we have seen many times before as well. Now what? Bishop f3 or bishop f3? There is queen takes. d3. Is queen a5 a problem? Could be. Okay, I guess I should just slow play it with bishop f1. I mean, it is a piece, and anyway, what does this threaten? Knight f5 maybe. There is some counterplay, I guess. So I guess I should just take this. Queen b6. There is knight a4. So queen c7, then where do I go? Probably rook c4. Nothing too crazy. Just make normal moves. Maybe activate the queen, knight e4, and convert this piece up in some endgame. I don't have to win yet. Oh, should not blunder my knight. I don't have to win quickly. I just have to win. That's the good thing when you're a piece up. There's no need to rush. Okay, take this. Let's try to exchange one more piece. I don't need the knight on g5 anymore. It will there will be no attack, but still. Now I want to take. I want to go knight d6 as well. Let's go here, take it. Sadly, I have to leave. Would like to watch this all day. And the video will be uploaded on YouTube, that's for sure. I think I can go d4 and rook d1, rook d2, and then bishop c4 and so on. Just slowly but surely convert it to g4 and move like takes, and I think I can do it because bishop g2 is quite a big threat. No, I should not have done that move, but it's fine still, I guess. No, maybe it's not fine. Maybe I'm now not winning anymore. I'm gonna have to do something like f6, which definitely wasn't part of my plan. But I guess it should still work with rook e7. I only have 18 seconds left, so. Okay, king up. The rook is still hanging, so he has to either trade or move it and let me take f7, and neither is great. Okay, let's go king somewhere, I guess. But they have the opposite colored, the wrong cornered bishop. That's a huge problem. With rooks it's still winning, but it's not even easily winning with the rook. That's the thing, and now I'm just gonna... Yeah. So I don't have time, so I'm gonna have to try to win on time. Oh well. And now I win on time. That's okay. The blitz games are always in time scramble. I always get decided in time scramble, but of course my technique is horrible. The opening is of course good because we follow the course, but what was it? You should be able to post links, I don't know. Anyway, the thing was, of course, I was following the suggested setup, and here, yeah, queen e1, 98, okay, queen h4, apparently it's not best, but it's playable, actually. Actually, now the engine says it's best, surprisingly to me. Takes 6, and yeah, knight g5. Here, knight f6 was a mistake, but here I wasn't sure, because if takes, knight f6, queen h6, bishop a1. I mean, I was hoping to continue with the attack, but the engine just wants to take on a1. Why is this wrong? Knight t4. And then if we go here, there is knight e2. And if I take king h2. Like, engines are afraid of nothing. Unbelievable. But somehow rook a1 is almost winning for white, even though I'm a full rook down. So why is it so good? Knight d4. Okay, then there's takes and d5, that's true. And if they go for some queen b6, again e5, and knight e4. So yeah, you just go for the attack, apparently. Interesting. And yeah, this knight f6, e5 was a mistake. So first queen h6, and then if they take the rook, then this, and it's basically mate. Okay. Now the engine is telling me how horrible I am in tactics. So e5 blunder. My opponent should go h5, which I haven't even considered, and after ed, knight d4, or I guess this as well. Okay, you live and learn. By the way, is everything good with the stream? Like, you can see me, hear me, see my blunders, etc. And after this, it was quite bad until which moment? Where did I start doing wrong things? Here with g4, of course. It looked so tempting. It's a blunder. Rook d7 and okay, now this position should still be winning, but it's not even cleanly winning when there is if the king goes to h8 and you have this bishop. Even with the rooks, it's not so easily winning, but it is winning. It's a dream. Well, I'm out now. Yeah, see you later then. Have a great day. That was game 2. Waiting for a new opponent for the next game. Okay, we can pre-move d6 because why not? It's a lifetime repertoire anyway against everything. And we're going to play this sideline of the King's Indian defense suggested in the course. Now d or t5 are two main options. And now the point is to get rid of this bishop from g7 and just claim that even though you have less space and long castles. Interesting. Okay, I'll go king f8, king g7, same as always in this line. Go here, and then I will try to open up. Now when I played a5, it's a little bit harder to attack because usually I would like to go a6, b5 when long castle has been played. Now it's not possible. So f4 I should be able to take and take on e4. So maybe I can include this move just to be on the safe side. Or knight c5. And my opponent maybe wants to go g4. Yeah, I should have gone knight c5 and not this. Because then this would still be covered, and then my rook on h8. After g4 there would be no actual threat. Yeah, this is not ideal. I haven't played this in the best way. Okay, I'll have to start searching for my own counterplay here. I suppose. F3. This I really don't understand. If you want to go g4, you can do it immediately. Now, not only that, but the bishop is blocked, so this makes 0 threats. Okay, I'm very surprised. The way my opponent is handling the position. And I guess I should go a3 at some point. I'm not sure if I should do it yet. Let's go here first. Will not escape. Maybe now. Now if I take this, like hg and take this, hg, fg, takes in knight e4. Looks nice, but it doesn't really threaten all that much. So maybe I should just double the rooks here. I don't know. Knight b5. Okay, before I lose in time, I should do something. Taking here allows quite a lot of counterplay with rook c3, I think, at least. Okay, I'm gonna take this. Now, I wanted to take on d5. Is there something else? Okay, I don't know, but I'll lose in time. I only have 25 seconds, that's a problem. Okay, take here. Now my knight is gonna go to f4 sooner or later, which is good. Let's go here. Oh, this is really unpleasant, but it's my own fault because I burned so much time. Because I burned so much time in the opening of the game. Okay, let's take something. Now I managed to blunder even this. Well done. This is not gonna end well if I keep losing winning positions, but okay. Yeah, after the opening, black is completely fine, but then I've started doing wrong things somewhere around here. Maybe I should not have played a5 at all, because this makes the long castling plan better. If I just start with king f8, long castles, then I can go a6, and if they do the same, then I can go with this queen b8, b5, this queen b8, b5 plan, which is supposed to be more precise. But after a5, it's still fine, but then it was way harder. It was way harder to attack. Do you think going rook h8 instead of c6 is wrong, too passive? No, rook h8 I considered, but considering my last move was rook 8, I didn't want to go back and give valuable time, because then my opponent can go either g4 or f3. But then, of course, there is a point that you can take and go knight f6 and then go to h5, f4. So it definitely makes a lot of sense, but after f3, probably it would be similar to what happened in the game. But yeah, c6 I don't think it was too bad, because even after g4, for example, takes bishop g4, takes knight f6, I can still probably get this with rook h8. So I didn't think there was any need, but f3, yeah, and then apparently the position was not good for me at all. Knight b5. But anyway, my opponent only played for time. That was quite clear. So even with I had a win even here with 12 seconds on the clock, but didn't understand. Okay. Anyway, you never know who or what you're playing on lead chess, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, the opening, it's quite important. It's quite important, I guess, to go a6, to go first king f8 and not play a5 at all until they have short castle, at least, because when they short castle, then the strategical plan is good. But if they long castle, then you have the idea of a6, queen b8, b5, which is extremely unpleasant. So very good thing to remember, that's for sure. So now we play kind of a reverse Philidor here, but with the knight down on d7, not on c6, so should be at least a better version for me. Good morning from Greece. Good morning to Greece, Kalimera. So queen c7, I'll go a4, a5, this way when a4 and a5 have been included. I'll get my knight to c4, and then b5 will be way harder for black to achieve because the structure is defined like this already. Same thing works for me to get rid of the knight on c5 because this position is quite symmetrical. But what to do? Now we'll try to go here. Maybe the other knight can go to f5. I'm a bit curious, like knight c4, knight e4, rook e4, bishop f5, but I don't think that can ever work, so let's just go here. And now maybe bishop g5 can be considered, because I just want to take, and if they go here, maybe I've achieved something, because now they do need to get rid of the bishop and this more passive position. And this move will probably do it. Oh, but wait, now there is some tactical trickery at least. For example, if I take here rook e5, can I go bishop d8? Let's try, because I took this knight because after f6 I need to have this one, I think, and then knight c4. And yeah, this traps the queen as far as I can see. Okay, it doesn't trap the queen, but like, after bishop b6 or even knight b6 the position should fall apart for black, no? Can even include knight e5 first and then bishop takes later on. Okay. Once the dark squared bishops are exchanged, it feels simple to be black. Yeah, that's the point of the line. This is why we suggested it in the course. You can use, of course, the chessable command as always. Can use the chessable command as always to see the course and maybe buy it or at least check out the short and sweet videos. But yeah, with that position is very comfortable with black. It brought me many nice wins, but yeah. Okay, and this one there was not quite a lot of theory, but you get kind of a symmetrical position and you keep it from there. But yeah, like when you play 1d3 with white, this is just an additional bonus. It's not what the repertoire is about. But yeah, this let me see if I blundered some tactics or not. Yeah, this was of course equal. Here, rook d1. Yeah, this was working. Bishop d8, I guess my opponent didn't see that move, which, I mean, it's plausible to not see this because it's kind of, don't assume that an enemy piece can go directly like to your 8th rank with no harm done, but in this case it can. You're a so good player? That's debatable. What time control is this? It's 3+0, but I've put out the board, I've removed the names, the ratings and everything and the clock so that viewers can just focus their efforts on the game itself, like on nothing else, because I think it's like that's the main part of all of this. You have the course. I hope that it will help you bring like fight with black and bring you many good results, and maybe to your other Greek colleagues. Hello to Sigma 99. Welcome back. Yeah, I'll try to do this weekly. So this was game 4. I will try to do this weekly. I'm not sure how long these sessions will last. Maybe 10 or 15 games I will do per week, but just suggest that you guys stay in touch with the repertoire and everything else. G6. Okay. So now I will play that old plan with pushing the pawns here, which I've also been using in the speedrun against this system, because here they always want to go for the f5 attacks and so on. Now, okay, I don't know if that's correct, but I'm going to try to seize the center with kicking the knight and then playing d4. f6 is already a sign something has gone right for me, I think, because like, you want to play f5, not f6. Okay, I guess my opponent is playing for time and not for position, just because of how fast he's playing. Let's go knight c4, I guess. See some more space. Bishop g4. Don't see the point because they just go back. I guess the point is just to play quickly. So that's the point. That's the point of their play. Now I guess I'll go a5. I'm not sure if I want to go a b6 immediately and rook a7. Actually, why not? Then this rook will be pinned to the square. I need to pose some more pressure somehow. I need to reroute this knight. This is my worst placed piece. Let's try to put it somewhere there. I know g3 I cannot do, but okay, the knight here should not pose too many problems because it's only one piece in the attack. I'm like 1 minute down on the clock in this game. Can I go here? Probably not. Okay, I'll have to speed up at some point. Knight f4. I'll go king h2, try to go g3, but g3... Oh. Okay, now I'll go f3. The knight is causing some problems. Now fine, I'll do some tactics, hopefully. This is the big point, and bishop takes, f takes, then the queen is hanging, so we cannot recapture this. I mean, they cannot just blitz out all the moves in 40 seconds and not blunder anything. That just doesn't work this way. How does this work? Now what? 2 exchanges? No, not 2 yeah, 2 exchanges up. That should be more than enough. Okay, what's the right technique here? Q1, I guess, just to activate the rook. The other rook as well. Let's go here. Okay, I don't want to think about this. I'll just sack one rook and then go rook b7, rook b6. Without the other bishop, I don't think there is any counterplay left for block. So this should be the easiest. And I still have 40 seconds, so should be more than enough. Okay, take this. Nah, who cares? Just promote the pawn. They can do whatever they want. They can take this one as well. I just don't care. Of course, they can play it out. In an online game, you can just play it out. Like, why not until mate? But this I should not have zero problems converting. Wow, brilliant sacrifice. It wasn't brilliant, but it was definitely working, which is the most important thing. Playing puzzle rush with the opponent's position. Yeah, tactics are sharp. The last 2 games I won because of tactics. Yeah, this system, when you play bishop e2, c3, b4, this is quite efficient against this this setup where they set up this and want to go f4, f5 and start an attack. But yeah, knight bd2, b5, d4. This was, yeah, I mean, we have seen this during the speedrun Though for those of you who remember those the speedrun or have watched it on YouTube, you have seen this idea very often there, and it has also been very efficient. And of course black's position is solid here, but it's just very passive, and white is better. Queen d3 was not needed. Yeah, not sure what I wanted with that. Probably I should just reroute the knight to e3, something like this. It was surprisingly not even so bad for black. Black is a bit better, so apparently black is a bit better here. So yeah, the engine is just very primitive in these things. It just wants to go and eat this pawn basically. After a6, I wasn't that sure if they will get some counterplay, but apparently after a6 the engine just goes for it like this and says I'm pawn up. Black is much worse, if not lost already. And I didn't want to give up the bishop from b4, which was probably a strategical mistake, because now this bishop is not doing too much against the structure. So that's where I screwed it up. Yeah, my opponent was very fast. And yeah, rook e8, okay. I've seen some tactics at least. And that's one thing which is going well today, my tactical vision. Unlike the time management. Let's go for one more. This was 5 games, right? So if I say, let's say 15 games per one of these workouts, then maybe like 10 more. Okay. I don't remember if it was this position where e5 was working for black after takes knight h5, or how did it go? Okay, considering I'm not sure, I'm just gonna go b6, bishop b7. Because now if they go queen c2, now e5 definitely works because g2 is hanging, and if they castle, then you're in time with knight e4. So yeah. This one I think is already quite good for black. This is all in the course, by the way. Rook e8, and now you get in knight e4 definitely in a very good way. Now if your opponent takes, then there is bishop d3 takes. Knight d5? It's a new move to me. Knight f6 is at least fine, but maybe I can take as well. No, I will not take. I'll just get rid of this and leave my bishop here. This doesn't feel right. Is there some tactics? Knight f2, king takes. I don't see it right off. Okay, then I'm just gonna go queen e7, threaten this. Because I'm not sure what my opponent's gonna do next. How to defend this threat of knight f2. Maybe with some knight g4, but then I can at least take and go knight g3 or something. And this rook e1 I think is too slow, because I take any rook e1. So yeah, this is how you punish the London, and this is one of the good things about this course. You get to punish the London very nicely usually. Nobody is happy when you play something sharp against the London. Hello to Adrian. Yeah, I'm back. I'll try to be doing this on a regular basis, these 6 workouts. So what am I missing? Bishop g5 is covered. Otherwise, I take. London players will definitely not be happy when they see this course. How come I accept coaching only above 2000 FIDE? Because it's a very different mindset when you're coaching someone low, that high rated, or someone who is a beginner, because you need to prepare lessons differently, and it's way harder to do that for me when I'm coaching beginners. So yeah, my opponent resigns, because then bishop d4, bishop b2. before bishop d2 is coming. So yeah, 19 moves win with black against the London will definitely be something to write home about. So yeah, this queen c2, the main point of the whole setup is that you go knight e4, knight e4 takes, and then you have this very pleasant position. Actually, black outscores white very nicely in this position. There are also some model games in the course, and if they try to stop it with queen c2, they're not in time, because go e5, and now if they take on e5 twice, then g2 hangs in the end, and you have a better structure and a safer king. And if they go here, then after takes rook e8, knight e4, position is very, very pleasant for black. And you see how this bishop hits this wall of pawns, and while my bishop in g7 is very, very active. And this bishop is also active. If d5, then you can do this. So knight d5 I haven't seen before. Yeah, queen e7 was best because, okay, it's a logical move. If knight f2 doesn't work, then queen e7 is definitely like to threaten knight f2. And yeah, okay, my opponent here fell apart quite quickly. Okay, this game I'm happy about. Let's keep going. I thought beginners were easy money. Yeah, they are. However, I'm playing against GM Nations, who is playing d4, d1, d3 against me, probably just to troll me in the course. Okay. Not sure how to deal with this. Okay, I'll just go for c5, knight c6, and keep playing this setup. f5. So yeah, with beginners and easy money, the thing is, well, that's true. It doesn't. It basically hurts your own chess if you coach beginners, because basically you have to teach them how the pieces move, some basic strategical principles, and it's a waste of time for your own professional career. And if you're coaching high-rated players, then it's a bit different, because it, I think, helps you as well. Okay, what is Arthur's doing here? Why is this not very good for me? Or should I say winning? I guess he'll go bishop g5, bishop e7, take it, go knight d5 and long castle, but then I go knight f6, so it looks really, really good. Yeah, I intentionally not showed the opponent the reload because I want viewers to be focused only on the board. I think it's better. If we go knight f6, feels very, very good. Can take on c2 as well, but then bishop g5 will come. I'll go queen d7. It also looks completely winning, but just keep it on the safe side, I guess. Especially considering this is Blitz and I'm streaming and all of that. Okay, queen d1, but now... Okay, do I take this one? Or do I take on d5? Both looks so winning. So f4, knight f6 takes d, bishop h6 maybe? No, I prefer this one, honestly. Just to keep the structure. c3 is a bit annoying now, but I think it's solvable. Okay, let's go here. I want to get rid of this bishop with bishop h6. And now if c3, I'm gonna go here. While it looks passive, I think there is no problem, especially the knight c7 will also be able to attack this. And had he played a4 to stop knight b5, then I would have played f4, freeing the square. So what do I go for now? Take maybe? Maybe just knight c7 to attack the pawn as well. And also not to think about this anymore. Okay, I'm gonna go rook g8, just in case he short castles, then f4 will be way more deadly. Okay, I'm just so slow. actually going to cause problems in this game, I guess. Now my knight remains stupid. F4 was definitely not ideal. But okay, his king is still in the center, so is mine too. Guess I should go b5 at some point to at least make it harder for him to long castle. Guess some knight d2, knight d4 plan is right for him. Okay, let's just pose some more pressure here. This knight is now a bit down, but I'm not sure what he's gonna do with this. Also not sure what I'm going to do with my knight. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go here, force b3. It doesn't go b3. I'll lose this game either on time or on position, unfortunately, which is quite sad considering I was winning after 10 moves. But what can you do? And it's all because of this stupid knight. It's queen h8. And there's queen h8 as well, which is unpleasant. And this one's even more unpleasant too. No time. Come on. Bad game. Bad game. I do a lot of coaching beginners. I mean, I am, and I can say that this is 100% true. It just hurts your chest and it's a waste of time, to be honest. You get money, but you can't expect any good results for yourself. Yeah, basically, as long as you have playing ambitions, you should not go to full-time coaching and beginner coaching. You should coach stronger players or work on your own if you have ambition. What's my goal as a chess player? Just improve my play as much as possible. Nothing all that big. Yeah, you grow together with the student because, like, you also have to prepare lessons in a good way. You need to actually also learn something yourself. And you can share analysis and so on. Anyway, in this game, f5 was definitely too ambitious because he cannot hold the structure with g4 and he has to take f6. Black is immediately better. This g3, okay, queen h5, knight d4. Knight d4 was not passed. Just knight f6, and then apparently the point is if queen h4 then to go here. But still, like, it's not so clean. I like knight d4, knight f6 actually. So f4, I wasn't sure takes here. I only looked at bishop h6, which is not so clear because of c3. And queen g6 I didn't see. h5 and then c3, just go back. I mean, I was a bit... just what the other one was better. This one cannot even do. Yeah, just what the other one was better, but apparently this is not clean at all because now he gets this counterplay with knight h4, rook f1 and so on. Yeah. f4 was not ideal, but here the position is not even better for me already. So with 1d6 you get winning positions after 5 moves, but we have seen it in the speedrun after that 5 moves, so I always screw them up. So. And this was of course completely lost for me, so yeah. Take, but I guess he didn't see queen d3, which is... but he has 40 seconds, I have 15, he can invest some time in this. And here the blunder of the knight helped me. And with only a few seconds, I was able to give mate somehow. Actually pre-moved queen a3, but that's good enough. This is immediately mate. Okay, that's been like 7 games, right? Okay, start with d3. I'm going to play in any tournament soon. The end of the Bundesliga will be there. I'm traveling to Grenke tomorrow, so definitely yes. Our Hungarian league is going to end quickly, like in May, so I'll play there as well. b5, okay, I'm just gonna stick to that. a3, the same system. This is the same opponent I've already played this system against. So let's see. Like last time, I had a great position and won nicely. So why not repeat this? Is 3 minutes game enough for you to think properly? Can you improve by playing that time control? Good question. So the thing with 3 minutes games, I think they're quite useful when you, for example, learn a new opening. And then, okay, this one is hanging now and knight g3 exists. So, just 1 second. I mean, I don't really like it all that much, but I'm gonna part ways with this bishop. I'm not sure what else I can do though in that position. So, you can definitely practice your new openings and improve on them, and that's 3 minute blitz is very useful for that. But for just general improvement, no. This is only for practicing openings, I think. That would be that's my thinking about 3 minute blitz. Do I go for the attack again, or do I just play something position like t5 or take? I'm not thrilled about d5. Takes. It's quite equal, I guess. I'm not sure how good the whole thing is if I have to go for this queen f2, queen h4 without the bishop. Well, not only that, but there are also things I blundered. Okay, that's a big problem. I'm gonna have to go here to pin the rook, but yeah, this was not ideal. I'm gonna have to check this and see what I've done wrong. Okay, let's go here. Now what else can I do? I have to try something, so let's go here. I don't lose material because of this. And the knight on c2, I mean, it did attack pieces, but it can also backfire, hopefully, because it can lose squares. So I'm sure my opponent is thinking now about queen a7, bishop f2, knight d4, but it would leave him in a pin, so he doesn't do that. My bishop is hanging, I have to go there. This was hanging, so he defends it. And now is the critical moment of the game, I think. I need to find a good move here. I go knight g5, h6 or h5 is gonna happen. I'm gonna have to go back. Not sure what I achieved. f5, gf, queen h5. Okay, I don't know how to play. Because here, this is again not a thing, but I wanted to go queen h5 because now after takes there is knight g5 threatening 2 things, and otherwise I can maybe recapture if h6, or maybe okay, I guess I should just recapture, but don't lose a pawn now. Queen d5, that's a good move. I don't want to go g4, but maybe I don't have a choice. This is also hanging. Yeah, I haven't played this well. I hate playing this move, but what choice do I have? Didn't see any other options at that point. And what now? This game, I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose, especially after that move, because I didn't see queen a2 later on. And this is even stronger, actually. Okay, I got crushed in this game, and I have no idea what I've done wrong. Okay, maybe it was just perfect games from my opponent. That happens in elite chess quite often. d5, but I hated d5 because of this. bc, knight a5, and now this hangs. Some rook a3. dc was equal, but didn't want to play an equal position. Now I'm just worse, and all of this is actually best by black. Best, queen h5, h6 best. Yeah, if your opponent plays perfectly, you're going to lose. That's how chess works. So guess I should have done something different. Either this d5 or d takes c5 and just play an equal endgame like this. Go somewhere, then take, and it's fine, but not more than fine. Okay. Do you think players on the other chess site are better? Do you prefer playing on chess? I hate playing on chess.com and on chess, honestly, because I don't feel safe. I feel that I can play anyone or anything, and I'll never know it, so basically not. Don't like to play at all. So if I remember correctly, during the speedrun, I once played this line, played rook e8, and then I forgot to blundered this tactic with this and knight e6, and it's like rook e8, take, knight e6, take, queen c4, d5, and then I got checkmated, or something like this. So then I should go for knight e5 first, I guess, and then rook e8. This was the right strategy, if I remember correctly. And then I think it was knight g6, and then later on you play bishop f8, try to, because the queen on e2 is not ideally placed. It's not ideally placed, and you can exploit this, and this is not a popular line these days for those reasons. Black is immediately supposed to be more than fine. Okay, I'll try to go, not sure if it's good, but I'll try to go knight d7, trying to go knight c5 and reroute the knight this way. Also, maybe I can get some queen h4, knight f4. Knight f5 is usually a problem there. So we'll see. Meaning people cheat at your level? Well, I'm pretty sure cheating happens a lot in online chess, and my chess.com account I closed for that reason. Chess I still have, but nothing more than that. Okay. Use it sometimes to practice new openings, and that's it. But competitively, it's I think it's doomed, honestly. But we should just focus, if we want to play fair, to play over the board. Of course, that's just my own opinion. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. This one is mine. The time has come for me to blunder some tactics, apparently. Didn't see this move. Maybe I can go d5 and it's not so bad yet. But d5 there is ed. Yeah, I just lost, I guess. Then I'm gonna have to go here. Play this move and hope for the best after takes. GF, this structure is usually not so bad. There's even a game against Dragnov by Magnus Carlsen from the Olympiad, where he let this bishop f6 knight to take the knight GF and played this endgame, went out to win it. So the structure itself is not so bad. Knight landing on f5 could be a problem. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go there and try to go to e5 later on. f4 should be played, I guess. Or not. I'm getting outplayed and more and more. I have to go bishop d7, which means that after f4 I have to go to an ugly square with the knight. Didn't have any better options. At least now I'm threatening some d5, bishop c5, but after king h1 I'm not sure what I'm gonna do actually. Maybe bishop h6, but g3, g3, bishop h3. Okay, this I like now for myself, I guess. Because now I can go f5, get rid of the double pawns. Also open up the position for my two bishops. Actually, I'll lose this game in time. I should have also gone bishop g7 first, but not knight h4. And I'm gonna have to play this, which is far from ideal. But what to do? Rook d1. Of course he has some brilliancy. I would be surprised if he doesn't at this point. And now I just lose in time, I guess. Now there's rook f1. Yeah, this opponent is just too strong. We have seen this in the past two games. He had no chances whatsoever. So what was the problem with the opening? Rook e8 first. Yeah, not knight e5. Knight e5 comes under tempo. But wait, why doesn't this... So this was only with... No, this was when c6 was not played, right? Yeah, I even mixed up this line. This is an old line and black is immediately fine. Somehow I mixed it up more than once already, and here I'm just worse. Like this bishop b3, it's so illogical to me to allow all of this, queen d3, and the engine just says it's all best move, which is unbelievable to me. Queen c4 best, bishop g5 best, b4, b5 best. Yeah. This is the first it's not even a mistake, it's a bit of inaccuracy. Knight g3 and then... Okay. It happens. So the line went wrong because I played. So I should play c6, a4, and then just go rook e8 without knight e5. Okay. Sometimes you forget your own course, and that's not ideal, but it happens. Just come are a little quicker because for every move you lose 0.1 seconds. Maybe. I mean, I just don't want to be a part of online chess in general. Just think there's no control, nobody cares. Okay, even over the board, there's no control, nobody cares about cheating. But why would I bring myself into that situation to considerably ask myself if they cheat or not, to just lose perfect games? And why? It's better to just avoid it and do the better things. No, queen, it would work, the line Adrian, but there's queen g8 mate instead of queen takes c8, so it's a problem. I don't know if there are a lot of Balkan players who do it. For me, you know me, I've played every single opening in existence, so this is just the newest addition to my repertoire. But it's a very good one because nobody studies it, and it's actually quite correct. Bishop d2. Don't remember that this move exists, but maybe it does. So if I play bishop e6, why is it not very good for me now? If any knight b5 happens, I always have bishop d2 and knight e6, and I'll be left with this pawn. If they take this and take on f4, then I take on c3, and I should have a great structure. So I like my position really a lot now. where you're playing and where is the time rating. I have intentionally removed. So this is the trick in Rook d8. I have intentionally removed the ratings and names of the opponent because I just want the viewers to be focused on the board and the position. That's more important. Like, this doesn't work, right? I'm already a piece up and this is hanging. Yeah. Okay, with the Philidor you win in 12 moves. It's good. Is bishop d2 a move? Maybe we covered it. Bishop e6 immediately, but ef is also fine. Yeah, it's just completely fine, and here black is immediately a bit better. After bc knight e4, bishop c7, and probably just knight e6 again. Yeah, I have a better structure. The king is quite safe after, I guess, knight f6, king f7, and so on. No problems there. Yeah, there are so many better things you can do than play online chess and waste time on it. Like, if you have an actual point with it, if you learn the new opening and want to practice it on an anonymous account, then by all means do it. But other than that, it won't help you. It will just hurt you. In my opinion, at least. It's different if you play some training games, rapid matches, then it helps with people you know. But just this. But okay, for example, now as the author of this course, I feel like it's quite a good thing that I promote the lines from it. This we have already said several times in the speedrun, that this bishop just doesn't belong here, and that you can just get a very comfortable position out to the opening with white. Just not sure if I should go h4, but I'm feeling in an aggressive mood, so I'm gonna do that. Just considering whether to go h5 first. I'll go h5 first, and then I'm gonna go e6. Not sure about the move order, maybe I should have gone e6 first, but just want to go all in and attack. It could be bad, but doesn't matter at this point. So let's take. Probably what I'm playing is way too ambitious. So now the thing is, if I take and go queen h5, there is this with a check. And that's a problem. And I don't have a good square for the bishop otherwise. Yeah, I guess I just did everything wrong, and the attacking plan is too ambitious. I should just play positionally this sideline, I guess. What can I even play now? It's not only bad, it's really bad. If I have to part ways with this bishop, then the whole attack is not gonna happen. And gh is really not what I want because I close my rook. I don't see any other options at this point. I'm gonna have to go for knight g6. dc is not in time, or rook f2. So maybe somehow it works for me. Rook f6, then I'm gonna go knight g6. Surprisingly, this can somehow work, maybe. Yeah, no, when studies this, you get the same structure, and in the Philidor rate, you have a great win rate. Yeah, it's understandable, but for me, it's actually the lower rated players. For me, it's actually the main to play the Philidor against high rated players, because lower rated now study everything these days, and high rated don't, because against high rated nobody plays d6. For example, yeah, how much time has Firuja spent studying Berlins and Niders, and how much time has he spent studying 1d6? So. Okay, rook f8, I guess knight g5 is good enough, because then rook f8, for example, oh, this one doesn't work. So rook f8, there was knight g5, bishop e8, queen e8, I think, and then rook e8, knight f7 is mate. I didn't have a good position. I had a great position after the opening in this game, but somehow this h4, yeah, what am I even supposed to do? I'm first c3. Maybe the whole bishop d3 line is not ideal. Maybe here h4, not to lose time with bishop d3, so it doesn't come under a tempo later on. Makes sense. And here it came under a tempo, and yeah, I would knight d5 first, and then dead lost. Because then I don't even have hg yet. Oh, sorry. Because if I take now, I don't even have hg yet. So I lost a full tempo compared to the game. And this is dead lost. So don't play like this. And here it was, yeah, queen e2. It's still bad and probably lost, but yeah, this tactic helped me. Bishop d7, knight f3. Okay, knight d8 of course doesn't work, but rook f8 also didn't work, I think. There's also bishop h6, which I didn't even see. But I wanted to say about this one. Okay. Let's keep going. Do I know who is GM Schkoberne? Yeah, I know, of course, but I don't know him personally. He became a GM with Birds in Modern. It was different in the old days because you were able to... It was different in the old days because you were able to play with no prep. Today everyone is so well prepared, so it's just... Okay, this bishop f4 knight e5 setup we've had many times before. e6. Okay, now I played c3, so I'm not sure if I should play c4, which is like when you're black and you have this position with the pawn on c7, then you go c5 immediately. But again, just so that I show you what the line is about, you go here, then you go knight c3. Of course, you usually play it with black against the Fianchetto King's Indian, but that's why I'm doing this 1d3 stuff. This is now really, really good for me. After this, because my bishop is active, this bishop is like will get traded, and this is very passive, so I'm gonna go knight c3 here, just sack the pawn if he wants to take it. It's fine. I'm gonna go rook b1, knight b5, and get enormous counterplay. If rook d8, then I'm gonna go queen b3, get rid of the queens, I guess, and yeah, now just the difference between my bishop and my bishops and his is very, very big. Okay, I guess I should trade the dark squared bishop, but queen b6 with bishop c7, there is a point to that as well, but okay, let's just trade. Go rook d1. And yeah, this is typical Catalan stuff. I even gave up this c3, c4 tempo, but still doesn't change the structure. And it's really, really good. Back in the day, there was no Chessable. There was a quiz from Chess-Base from Victor Bologan. He played the main Philidor player back. He was the main. Yeah. Bologan was very good. He still is very good in the Philidor. Queen a5, so I can get rid of the queens with this move. I can also go rook d6, knight e5, take rook d1. I kind of like this. Just get my last inactive piece into play, and with my opponent's undeveloped pieces, should be quite good. Let's go here. Queen e7, no threats as far as I can see, so I can just play some improving move. But which one? Queen b5? Maybe queen b5, because this can be uncomfortable to defend, actually. Maybe knight b5 was better, actually, I'm not sure. Ah, so now my opponent just wants b6. Yeah, I didn't play this in the best possible way, unfortunately. Should have played completely differently, strategically, but okay. Then I'm just gonna go a4 and pretend it's all fine. Well, in general, I messed up big time. So what my strategy now is, I'm gonna try to go a6 and then put the knight on b5 later on. So the d7 pawn is going to be hopefully quite weak. Of course, my opponent should play this and stop it. But now I can also play bishop b7 and this pawn will be relatively safe, I think. And if he ever moves the bishop from this diagonal, knight b5 will come. And while he's struggling with that, I guess I should bring the queen to the other side. Now it's not so useful here anymore. I didn't play well strategically after I had a strategically almost winning position out of the opening. So yeah, in tactics I was always better than in strategy, that's for sure. I mean, the course is still decent because he's a top GM, he definitely knows what he's talking and writing about. So knight d6 is a problem. Okay, I'm just gonna go back. Or I cannot go back, actually. Okay, that's a problem. I'm gonna go queen d3 then. I'm hoping he cannot take, because I'm gonna get big counterplay. No, not knight b5. Knight c4, there's takes as well. I'm just gonna go here then, but now it hangs upon. So. Again, and now I blundered even tactics. Yeah, I mean, very often untitled players are way stronger than GMs in online chess. It's one of the reasons I don't like it. Yeah, absolutely nothing I can do, unfortunately. Way too strong after a horrible opening, so this is already almost winning for me. And queen a5, just knight b5 and so on. Queen b5 was wrong. Yeah, the rest of the game was probably perfect. Best. Queen a3, knight c4 best, yeah. Anyway, I guess you got the main strategical point out of this line. You just because this bishop nullifies this strongest bishop from black, and the strongest bishop here is like, the same thing would come. The same thing would come after this. Just 1 second. After this line in the. If they play with e3 like this, then you go c5. This is covered in the course for black, of course, and then the same thing would happen, which happened now with queen b3, knight c6. So you get the point, and why the opening is good. And, I don't think I should play. Okay, I'm gonna try it a bit differently now. I'll try to play only against high rated. That could cause me that could cause me to wait some time for the game, but at least I'll be able to answer for the comments. If there will be no opponents, I'll get back to playing low rated or anyone who I meet, doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway, there are no no new comments, I guess. If I don't get an opponent in like half a minute or 1 minute, I'll get back to playing whoever or whatever rating they have, doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, of course my rating now got very low and so on, but in Lee Chess, you just, very often it happens that untitled players play perfect games against you, and then you lose like 8 or 9 points, and so it's all normal, so don't worry. Feed, I don't know, check it out. I've had a bad period, so it's probably quite low as well. I guess it's easy to check it out. Okay, this doesn't work because, I mean, that's why you don't see many GMs playing on Lee Chess these random games. Actually, against all the title players, I won very convincingly today. Okay, against nations, not convincingly, but I still won. And against all the untitled, I struggled, just quite. But actually, it's normal. It always happens to me, but it's still funny. Okay, the English Rat. Let's play the English Rat. Very often low-rated opponents play this endgame and just very often they play this endgame and just to destroy your castling rights, but you get a very comfortable and even a slightly better position if they do this. Now should we go knight f6, because knight f3, then I have knight g4, rook d2. Okay, then I'm just gonna stick to the idea with knight h6, and later on try to bring it to either f5 or f7 after f6 is played. a5 is usually a good move, so if knight c5 is ever played, then there is no b4. This, I have never seen this idea, and probably the reason behind it is this, because now there are 10 things he needs to deal with. But again, like here on move 3, black is already somewhat better, a little bit better. Already on move 3, if they played this line in the English Rat. So, yeah, g4, now I have a choice between this and allowing f5, and then take on d1, I'll lose this bishop, but okay, it's still a big fight. Or alternatively, I can go knight g3, rook h2, take the bishop pair. I'm not sure what is better, honestly. I'm gonna go here. I'm not sure about giving up 2 pieces. Maybe I should have included f6 first to avoid all of this. So now there's also bishop c5 as an idea, which I actually like quite a lot, because if f5, this knight hangs. And I'm not sure how easy it is to defend it. I could have also included ef, then bishop c5, but I wanted this pawn just hangs. Hello to Anjosh. 800 or a cutthroated, if you say so. I'm not sure. Fortunately, I don't play against 800, unless in the speedrun. (23 to 24) is the yellow. Can't move above. You mean FIDE or over the board or online? Okay, let's take this. So now I can obviously take and take, but maybe I have a simpler option of taking knight f5, take, and then get either this knight, or if knight f5 takes, bishop d3, rook d3, I can take. I'll give up g7 in the end, but still looks very good. The alternative is to take on g1, Rook g2. Take on f1. Take. Bishop d4. Kind of like this pattern, honestly. But both should be really, really good. And yeah, even though you don't have castling rights, still even if you don't have castling rights, this is still very, very good for black. So do I go... My opponent will go knight e2. What's the right way to play this? Okay, I'm just gonna go rook f8 so that there is no pin. Knight e2, I'm gonna go c5. Knight e4, actually that was my first thought, but for some reason I didn't think he was going to play it. I should be careful now of f5 because then there is some knight c5 ideas. Okay, this one I think I like to see because now when I go rook g8, even if I part ways with the pawn, this is still very strong, and rook g1, rook g2 is going to be a threat later on. For example, takes... I can even take on g5, but okay, let's say then rook g8, knight f7, there is check on g1, and they had to go here, because otherwise there would be rook g2 and taking the bishop, and now I got many good things, but what is best? I only have 20 seconds, that's why I'm playing quickly, so I want to go e3, e2 without him having rook e2. Let's go e3, some rook g2, e2 I'm gonna play. And now I'm gonna go here, attack the knight, promote to a queen. And yeah, it should be enough. So the English rat is quite a good thing. I always enjoy seeing it with black over the board. f4 is wrong, yeah, knight f5. This was fine. Knight f5, yeah, it was all fine. Actually, now I played the perfect game. For the first, there's... Okay, not e2 was wrong for some reason. Like, okay, it says it was wrong, but it was not really wrong, everything was winning. But there was apparently knight e6 check, which I didn't see, and knight f4. And then somehow he holds everything. I didn't see it. But yeah, the English rat did its job, that's for sure. I was at 2600, lost it all. It's not easy for me because of some health problems and so on, so I don't expect to go up there again. We'll see. Online you get good, better positions, but lose for some reason tactics and time trouble. At least if you know the causes of your losses, then at least know what to work on. Yeah, you don't usually play perfect games. Or at least I don't usually play perfect games. For some users it's normal. Okay, let's go h6. See if they go for bishop h4 or not. Now there are like many great ways of playing this, but I'm just gonna stick to the suggested stuff in the repertoire, which is always to take the bishop. But now when the knight is on c3, I might take the knight, actually, because now he needs to double the pawns, and then I can play against these pawns, and the bishop on g3 is similar to that London bishop, which is quite dumb. Actually, c6 was not a good move. I should have played for the Nimzov style with e6, queen 7, f5, I guess. Okay. I haven't played this in a good way. c6 was strategically very wrong. But you're used to strategical mistakes by me by now, if you're a faithful watcher, not user, watcher of the streams. h5, h4 is not ideal. What am I going to do with this bishop? I guess I should go for b6, c5, but he could have done that immediately without playing the stupid c6. I can just go b6 if I want. I can go e6, queen e7, have a great nimzo, but no. Why would I do that when I can mess up? Also allowing c5, which I don't think it works, but okay, f4 doesn't bother me all that much. I have not castled yet. Let's go here. I'm honestly not sure where I'm gonna castle or if I'm gonna castle at all. But black is definitely now worse for quite some time. I go knight g4. I don't know, but I'll try. This and this hangs. My bishop is also passive, but at least it opened the other bishop. No, it's my speedrun I finished a long time ago. This is not even chess.com, so... Okay, now I'm gonna take and secure the e5 square for my pieces. I'm not sure if I should put something there or not. Knight f3 is a problem, so I should put something. Let's put the knight, because bishop e5 there was again knight f3. And I don't want to give up the bishop, but maybe I'll have to at some point. Okay, I'll castle. If this, then I'll take and bishop f5. And there should be e6, so I don't know. Yeah, I appreciate the positive feedback, but I'm not a professional content creator, so I won't be doing this all that much. So, even though I usually got quite positive reviews about my content, it's just not really my job. So what can I do? I don't even have good equipment, as far as you can see. Let's go queen d8. I want to take. No, I'm not pinned anymore. I'm not sure if that move was good. But I have to speed up. Like, I really have to, because I only have 22 seconds this game. I like my position now because my bishop's got now I don't like it anymore. I blundered stuff. My bishop's got squares and play, but yeah, if I can get rid of this rook, maybe it will be fine again. Yeah, this is a check, so now I'm the one who started blundering tactics, so that's a big problem. Yeah. Now only time is a potential problem for my opponent, otherwise he'll win easily. In the end it was a draw, but okay, clearly this is a very good outcome of the opening for me, and black is a little bit better, but I should just play with b6, e6, and when they play the normal stuff, then just keep playing in the Nimzo style. Yeah, okay, the engine will say -0-1. It's not that much, but it's very, very pleasant if I play it this way, and not the stupid c6. Like here now white is immediately much better because b6 is not good. e5 I cannot even play anymore. Like, if I want to play e5 I can do even that, but not with c6 because then everything is weak. So I have no idea what I wanted. With that, and then my opponent was outplaying me, but in the time scramble then there was everything wrong with both of our play. I should just go some, not queen f6 but queen e7 probably. I'm winning, and then later in the scramble there was even there was mate in 1 here. Wow. Okay, I think 2 more games, just 1 second to see. I've played 14, so this is gonna be the last. And this is the 15th game, and with that it will be fine. For the first weekly workouts, I'm not sure if the viewers enjoy this format or not, but at least there were some decent games and opening approaches which we've used. Now I'm playing kind of a reversed King's Indian, but I don't have this h4 this plan anymore. Bishop b6. Okay, now this is a bit strange for me because now in this line with takes rook e1, now this can be, I guess, quite dangerous because not only the tempo up compared because of this h6 being played, but also in black usually, and here in white. So is there something concrete already with queen h5? Or no, I'm just gonna go c3 d4 then. Try to open up the whole position. Just see where it leads me. I don't even want to calculate, I'm tired. They can go knight c3 or they can take. We'll see. We'll just see. Knight takes is also, by the way, a motive here. Take this with the knight, but here in this particular position the knight is hanging, so guess I'll just leave the knight here. If he plays some b5 or knight d4, then everything's gonna open up and it's a big mess. I have no idea what's going on, but my king is at least safer than my opponent, so let's go for some development. Bishop b3, rook c1. I don't know what's going on. King's Indians are always a mess. We'll see. Don't want to think too much. Always a chess player before content creation. It's not for everyone, but for me, yeah. For me, that's how it works. Longest front page article on Lee Chess, can sing, play chess, easy banter, quite a content creator. Who? I know you're not talking about me, but I'm curious who you're talking about. Let's go here, attack something, and then with the undeveloped pieces and making much safer, this could be a problem for black, maybe even a big one. K4, queen f5, bishop f4, rook c1. Can imagine this turning very quickly. You enjoy it whenever we stream? Yeah, I appreciate that. But there are not too many viewers who enjoy it. That's the thing. Maybe there would be more viewers if I streamed more often, but also with the YouTube posts I didn't cover the games from the Italian league. There were two games per day very often, and just also people are not interested in this kind of content. They don't really watch it. So that's why I didn't upload my own game analysis from there. In f5 there is queen d7, queen h5, and I have tricks here. Queen d7 there is bishop h3. I like this one. Queen d7 there is this, and the queen is hanging. He doesn't do anything. If he goes to some square, I don't know. Then I'm gonna go bishop e3. I like this quite a lot now. Probably white is winning. I've been wrong before. It's also quite early in Europe, so not the best hour for streaming. Also true, but first of all, I'm a morning person, while most people aren't. And secondly, the popular content creators are usually doing their content afternoon Europe time. So, several reasons. This game, I think I'm gonna win now, because just all of my pieces are active, the king is completely safe. And his is many things, but safe is not one of them. And there's some knight d3, so I should probably just take. Now, okay, check, take, queen d8, bishop h3, there's bishop b7. Maybe I should just go rook c1 for a start. To force b6, then his king is even more exposed. Now I guess check. Or maybe the primitive move like a3 as well. I'm actually curious why not to do that. And now, okay, I only have 24 seconds, so I should do something simple, I guess. Here, if they go here, queen d5, and here as well, maybe. Oh, queen d7 I didn't see. Bad move by me. Anyway, I'll threaten this again, and now I need a better move, which is what exactly? Check. Why am I playing so badly? Should have taken the knight as well. I might lose this, but it does. I don't care. I honestly don't care. I made a mess for zero reason. Just I started panicking, but I don't care about the results. That's also a very important thing. You start caring about the results, then it can become a problem. Yeah, this is, I guess, quite dangerous for black. There is this line when we are black, and in the course there is one line which is very similar to this, where you're even a tempo down. Apparently black is better here after king b8, but here b3. This is equalish, but I should have gone to h5 immediately. Okay, queen e2, take. Yeah, queen f3 now it's already lost. This was all best. Yeah. Okay. So I should just go to c6, or even if when I went to e6, I should just take the knight and not white to do this. But okay, to c6 it's probably there is probably some checkmate which you didn't see. This way. Yeah, this way. Now okay, you know what? Let's do one bonus game for you guys with black. With black, I said. One last dance with d6 for this week, and then after Grenke next week, I'm gonna do one more. Okay, then maybe I'll play two more because it keeps giving me white. It doesn't matter. You don't get much content anyway these days. Okay, in the King's Indian attack we have said also several things about this. Go rook e1. Yeah, people around here for Title Tuesday hours, which I don't play, and I won't play competitive online chess anymore. Or at least, maybe if they change the anti-cheating practices, maybe I'll do that again. Unlikely that it happens. Even if it happens, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't do it anyway. So in this structure, white is definitely better. I'm not sure how much better, but I have these squares. My opponent doesn't have any squares, and I have the bishop pair. I'm trying to understand if I should go bishop g5 and then knight d3, knight d5, which I will do, or knight d3 immediately. And the reason why I'm doing this is there is this move knight g4, which I've seen now in advance, and this I didn't see. I thought that I'm immediately causing big problems big problems for my opponent. Okay, now it's not so big problems, but it's still very uncomfortable, I think, even after rook d1 and this position. Because I'll still have amazing minor pieces while he has cramped minor pieces. This especially should... Okay, 95 or what? Take here is bad. Maybe just 93 is the simplest. 95 is fine, I guess. Actually, why not? Let's take a pawn. I've always been the pawn grabber. Probably that will never change. Besides, I also think it's the best move in the position. That helps to decide. Anything before 3 p.m. is basically midnight to you. That's exactly how I lose games. Dirty opponent. Okay, I mean, don't care. You mean you don't care about the result of online games? Yeah, exactly. I don't care at all. In online chess, you never know who or what you're playing, basically. No control, nothing. Like, why would to lose nerves over this? Just. So what's the right pattern? Takes, check. King h8, queen e8, right? Yeah, this is like the king is in an attack. If they don't know how to react against the d4, it's already better for white. Not much better, but you have a very, very pleasant position. And then, yeah, if they do something like this, you're almost winning strategically already. 93 is maybe better, but this was also fine actually. G4. Knight g4 is not great because I didn't see rook d6 apparently. But even here, even this, it's very big suffering now. The engine would take an f6 and go queen d7, but this was more than fine as well. Yeah, this was clean. Okay, now let's give you the black game for the repertoire. Hello to Smart Guy. It's going fine. I think we've had interesting games and some good theoretical parts to remind ourselves of the course and some of the main lines there. Title Tuesday is the best thing ever. I love participating even more when streaming. Do you know that lying is wrong? Showing for 92. How does the 8th commandment go? You shall not say false testimonies. Something like this, right? In English. I'm joking, of course. Oh, this is the opponent who played a perfect game. So let's see how d6 gets crushed if they play a perfect game again. Maybe they don't, but I'd be very curious. And especially in the English rat, because this position is immediately fine for black, and I even prefer it for black. Okay, actually, especially after this move, especially after this d5 move, then black is objectively a bit better already. Because you just play like this castle, and then if they go for long castles, then you start attacking with a6, b5. I mean, you usually do it anyway. And if they go for this g4, then you usually just take it. I'm gonna go queen e7 first. The queen is always useful in these lines, and then you just open everything up. And attack, and black is subjectively like even much better in most of these positions. So I've gotten something really good out of the opening. I'm gonna go bishop d7, b5. If they go a5, I'm gonna go b5 anyway. ab6, just go here and double the rooks in the b file. So I really like what happened out of the opening. Okay, g4 is searching for counterplay. And now I can just ignore it if I want and go for my own attack, but maybe taking is good as well, because 94 I take this one, or 94 I can take go bishop e5 as well. So many tempting options. Okay, I'll just take. I'm too much of a pawn grabber not to take, honestly. Now do I take on e4 first? or not? Probably yes. Then I can choose between this, or I'm just gonna take in the end f4. Now I planned knight g4. They'll do it, because e3 is also very weak now. And if they take bishop g4 takes and some rook g1, then I guess after h5 there will be no more attack for my opponent. And this I haven't seen at all. So if I take this, he has to take with the king, as e4 hangs. And okay, maybe first bishop f5. No, first let's take. Queen takes, queen e4 doesn't work. So let's go here. Bishop d3, I guess, or I don't know. And then I guess just rook e8 and take on e3 later. Or maybe I can even go for some knight f6 move, as the rook is hanging. So wait, knight f6. Knight f6 takes, the rook hangs. Knight f6, rook somewhere. Or maybe they can go here. And then after takes, it's not so clear, but even that's clear. What's with rook e1? I'm trying to be a perfectionist for no reason, actually. So let's just do this. Perfectionism is a good thing in classical, but in Blitz it's often a nuisance. So I'm just gonna go knight f6, see what happens from there. I can even take, after rook h1, I can even take bishop e4, queen e4, then queen e4, knight e4, rook h7. I can go back or something like this. It's also winning. Okay, knight g5, I'm gonna take an e3 as well. Now this is a small problem. Yeah. Let's go here. I'll go for rook f2. I mean, don't care too much about the exchange, because rook f2 looks like a huge threat. Yeah, you're not a Christian, I know. Let's go rook f6 just to cover this. Where do I go? I feel like I messed it up, but if rook f2 comes, it should be more than fine. Knight e3 is also a threat. I wanna go there. Oop, cannot move the rook. Yeah, why am I giving up? Look, I'm doing so many bad things in this game. Or I've done so many bad things in the game. But at least my opponent didn't play perfectly, which means if they make mistakes, usually I beat them. So if they play perfectly, I don't beat them, but if they make mistakes, I usually do beat them. Hello to Octopus Garden, long time no see. Owen, you need to study more? E4 is overextended. Yeah. You need more experience with the repertoire, but objectively, black is having a great position, and it's actually harder for white to play than for black. Okay, this, if they go for knight d2, this is not a problem. If they go knight g5, only there it could be a problem. Here after c5, I'm already in favor of black's position. Especially after d5. After d5, it's even objectively, if not d5, then it's objectively equal. Okay, g4, fg was best. I'm curious about b5. It's still very good. Like knight h5. If they take this, then you get to square. cbab. Okay, but this is also like very, very good. Almost winning, but okay, I chose to be a pawn grabber, so take. Huh. Somehow I played a perfect game until this point, surprisingly enough. Now I should just kind of rook f2, I guess, not to think about it. And here, I even started blundering stuff. Okay, it's still completely winning, of course. But for example, they go bishop d3. Now they threaten queen h1. Now I have to go rook h2, and I need to work a bit more to make queen c3 work. Next move, and with 9 seconds, I can blunder stuff. And, like, there was zero need for this. I can go b5 first, very much better, or something, or bring the rook from a8. Okay, this was a good game to finish the speedrun with, not the speedrun with, but to finish this session with. Thanks to everyone who was watching. We'll try to do this daily, not daily, we'll try to do this weekly, spend 2 hours on practicing this repertoire. So yeah, you get a bit more examples from my own games. I sound disappointed there. I'm just very tired because I've had tournament after tournament after tournament, and I'm having tournament after tournament now. And yeah, my energy is quite depleted. I also have some health problems, but okay, doesn't matter. Don't tempt me, Shelling, don't tempt me. Okay, we will raid you to find someone to raid you to. To my countryman, I guess. International Master Strbish from Croatia. I'm not sure what he's doing, but I've seen that he started streaming recently. So, yeah. See you next week. I'll upload this episode on YouTube of these 6 weekly workouts, and I'll see you all around for some other streams. Don't forget to check out the course. Thanks again, and bye.